my name's Greg and welcome back to Wargaming World. I've been nominated by Storm of Steel to do the I Am a Wargamer piece, and so here's my two penneth. So I to cover three key questions. One is to look at how I started doing wargaming. The second, why I developed the YouTube channel, Wargaming World. And third is a piece of advice or two. So, if we start with the first question, I started wargaming like lots of people, either watching history films, you know, Zulu or Bridge Too Far, things like that, and got airfix models, etc. So as lots of us have been in a similar situation, but I really started in terms of wargaming is because in a local post office, a guy had an advert for a wargames club. I was only in my early teens, lived in Southport, and he had a club going. He was a guy at university, and him and his mates were running a local game which I attended with a friend from school, and it was really great. It was a World War One air battle, and it was super. And we played lots of games then for months and years. And I remember starting games like Car Wars by Steve Jackson. Also played Warhammer, but it was the historical stuff that I was really interested in particular, and he played Napoleonics and English Civil War, so I really started there. From my own point of view, in terms of my own armies, English Civil War was the first thing really that I had in any volume. Also played some microtanks as well, but all the way through the 1980s I played war games and really enjoyed it. However, once I started work, it meant that war games itself became something very different, and certainly something solo. So hopefully this video is going to be something useful really for the solo wargamer, which is exactly what I am now. I started the YouTube channel with that in mind. Reality is that over from the 90s and all over the past 10-20 years, I haven't diminished my interest in war games, but the reality is that I haven't got the time to go to clubs or have something as organised as that. And one of the major differences for me was a couple of years ago I've been able to set up the table behind me. So France 1940, and I was inspired by that after seeing the film Dunkirk. So I went to see that with my son and really thought, can I put something together here that really looks good? And it was really the opportunity to put it out in a permanent fixture here in my garage, really to make it look good and make it useful. So that's exactly what I've done. I've put this together. But it's still, even after completion of that, it's still a solo situation until I engage with other people. And that was the reason to put together a YouTube channel. And so in actual fact, I've got a website, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got Facebook groups, but it was once I started interacting with other people that they started to talk not just about the table itself, but the games I was playing. So I played a bit of Bolt Action, played Chain of Command, and then I managed to really get involved with a number of groups who started talking about the game itself, you know, whether I've got the rules correct or why I was doing it and playing it in a certain way. And that really helped and inspired me in terms of the YouTube channel. I therefore thought, right, okay, what I'm going to do for this year is to put out a weekly video. And that was really important because in the first year that I had the YouTube, which in actual fact is more or less a year or 2 years ago from today, is that I got almost no subscribers at all. But then again, I was only putting something out really occasionally. Now I commit to try and put something out once a week. So in the main, that'll be a battle report. So it might be France 1940. I do a Chain of Command 1914 variant. I play Anglo-Zulu, so that's the men who would be kings. And try and put that out there, as well as some other different things. So some painting stuff, some buildings, etc. And indeed, I put a recent video out about just the building of this table itself, and that really works. Also looked to try and combine that with Twitter as well, and just try to be engaged as much as possible. Not really for the growth of the YouTube channel, but more importantly is I just enjoy it. It means that it's a solo war game, but actually very much a global feel to it. So I also did a number of interviews with people just to try and put that out there with the videos, which I really enjoyed as well. All of the interaction, all of the community piece, much the reason for this particular video itself is how this becomes really, really effective. And so, in terms of the third question, what would I recommend is really just to stick in, just to keep going with your YouTube channel. As I say, the first year I did it, I got about 60 subscribers. But one of the most important things about it is to make it very much my own. It has to be, you know, what I want to put out there, what I enjoy, what I think other people might want to look at. But it has to be me, you know. It has to be my, you know, my wargaming world as you know, as I see it. So I would do that. Another tip really is you can go on YouTube and people will talk about, you know, how you get to a million subscribers in 25 minutes, you know. But some of the stuff I think is useful, always having things like thumbnails on the start of your video. I think that's good. At the end of your video, have a link to one of your other videos. Have playlists, have those put together, and yeah, have you know, just really enjoy what it is in your videos. Some of the other stuff you can do, depending on what software you're using, is to have some picture in pictures. So I'll put one or two on this video as we go, or as you'll have seen, to try and give you an indicator about how that's useful. Makes it slightly more interesting, I think. So, in terms of nominations, there are 3 that are required. So, I'm going to put forward Andrew Cox. Andrew Cox has a YouTube channel which I think is called The Beard Clipper. Andrew's a really nice guy. He's really been ultra supportive in terms of my YouTube channel. Always puts nice comments. And yeah, check him out and help build his channel. I would also suggest checking out Scott Driscoll. Scott has a YouTube channel called Check Your Leader. Just over about 1,000 subscribers. Scott's based in Australia. He's a veteran and does really fantastic stuff. You know, really great videos. And you know, he's been really engaging, really supportive in what I've done to help build my own channel, and really recommend it. Some really great stuff. And last but certainly not least is Travis Hyatt from Tabletop CP. Undoubtedly, Travis and the whole group engaged with Tabletop CP have been the most supportive in terms of how I've developed my own YouTube channel and indeed experience with, you know, with France 1940 over the past 2 years. So certainly that group have helped me move from, you know, what is solo wargaming to what I feel now is really fun right across the world. So there are my 3 nominations. Thanks for putting me forward, and yes, enjoy your wargaming.